What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the reworking that this mode of King of the Court needs for the future. I'm not going to be talking about how bad it is. I'm going to be talking about the improvements that we can make, because this has to be changed. Now, as we do dive into this thing, talk about it, this is by far the worst system we have ever seen. Okay, it's not even remotely close. The qual system in the past makes this system look like something like on a platter, man. That makes this system look so good, because here's the deal. The old qual system, I will say, I think in like 2K20, your lineup overall did matter. So like that, I will say I think that mattered. But like, you used to play the game for 4 straight hours, okay? And it was whoever scored the most points during those 4 hours, which was a great system compared to this. Because what we have now is a system in which nobody even knows if there's a max amount of points. Nobody even knows how it works. And skill-based matchmaking is now in King of the Court, which means you can be searching. I mean, Killsmoy was searching for like 10 plus hours for a game. And so it's such a bad situation that we have right now. And again, I would ask, okay, if it's going to be if this is what they're wanting to do, how can we improve it? Okay, here's my thoughts on how we can improve this thing. Why not go back to last year's system as far as scoring and keep the rest the exact same? I'm genuinely asking, right? Why not go back to last year's system, where is if you beat somebody by 30 plus, you get the max amount of points no matter what lineup you're using? What was so bad about that system? That prevents boosting. That prevents people dashboarding without losing games, right? So like the people like, Sinclair and some of those other guys, if they match a sweat, they just dashboard and are able to get into another game, right? Kind of prevents them, although, again, we just need to ban those people. You don't have to use sapphires. Watch my other video. You don't have to use sapphires to get a good score in King of the Court. Literally, this is the worst system we've ever seen. And not only that, the problem with it is 2K doesn't explain their system. You look at anything there is, and in any sort of thing, there's a system in place that is explained on how to do it, right? On what it looks like, how to do it, how to qualify, how to win, how to compete, all of these types of things. Right now, and again, I'm not saying Madden's in the best position, because I don't think it is, but they've got ladders, they can work their way to the top. It is just a way better format than we have. Way better. It's night and day difference. And my whole thing is this. I want the best players in the world to get rewarded. That's all I'm asking for. In this system, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. I mean, again, you've got Splash playing with sapphires. I mean, I don't know. Again, I have no idea how he's flooding people with sapphires, but that just might be because Splashy's the best. But, I mean, look. If that's what it takes to win King of the Court, that's what it's going to take, right? And so to improve this thing, they need to underdo it, right? They tried to overdo it with this new system. They need to underdo it, right? Go back to the system last year. Remove SBMM. Remove all of that from this system we've got. Remove SBMM. Remove everything you have. And guess what? There's going to be many people that hit that max score, and that's where the tiebreakers comes in, okay? Did you lose? How fast did you get there? How many games did you play, right? All of those different things. But the worst part about it is, even if you do that, it's still a bad system. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a bad system. Because, like, if you go back and look, I'll just pull up my Twitch stream from a couple of days ago, my first day of playing King of the Court, and I'll talk about kind of the problem that I had. And again, I don't know if I would have got max points anyways, just for the sole fact that, like, again, I think it was nearly impossible to get max points, if somebody quit. But if I'm looking at this, right, and looking at things, in game number 2, okay, in my literal second game that I played, I was up, let's see, I was up 28-8 and my opponent quit. No, 34-11. Okay, maybe this guy did quit though. I know he did. In my second game, I was up, I'm trying to see when he quit, but I was up a ton of points. Maybe he didn't end up quitting. Okay, this is a game that I won. I won my second game, okay, in King of the Court. And this is important to talk about. I won my second game in King of the Court by 66 points. By 66 points. I won by 66 points, okay? And it just doesn't matter though, because I got less than 300 points for that win. I believe, right? If I'm doing, or 3,000 points. I got less than 3,000 points for that win. And again, they take your top four. They take your top four scores. I won a game by 66 points. And I got less than 3,000 points. So that's where I get confused, right? Like that's where I get confused, okay? If you're going to beat a guy by 66 points in a 16-minute game, and you're not even getting 3,000 points, like your lineup has to matter a ton this year. But then again, the worst part about it is if you play somebody that you're flooding and that person quits, you don't get rewarded for it, right? And that's the point I was trying to make a while ago. Is like, again, you don't get rewarded for flooding somebody early on, making them quit, right? And that's something in the past that you did get rewarded for. Like, you would get rewarded for flooding somebody and making them quit. And this year, it's just not the case, right? You flood somebody, like I was up versus GG Relator, okay? He's tier 1 of Showdown. I was up 25 points in the second quarter, and he quits the game. I don't get rewarded for that. Like, this system is not rewarding, because if you force somebody to quit, it still doesn't matter. The whole thing for me is this. I genuinely think with the team I ran, I reached the max amount of points. Like, I'm going to have to do the exact math later, but I got a little less than 3,000 points for a 66-point win, okay? And so if that's going to be kind of how it works, if that's going to be the situation, I mean, we know, right? Like, if that's the situation, at least now we know that you are literally going to have to use a bad team if you want to have, if you want a chance to win King of the Court. That's not the way this system should be. The system should be, so basically a tournament type style, right? Like a tournament type style. The qualifiers doesn't show anything. Like, especially if you can't use your best team, it just doesn't show anything. And so here we are, man. Here we are. A week into quals, and people are going to say, Ty, all you do is complain. Well, when the system is right now as bad as it is, yeah, I am going to complain. Because the system is terrible, right? Like, you can only do so much if you are using a good team with this current system. You should not be rewarded for using a bad team on this game. I'm just being honest. Like, that genuinely just does not make a whole lot of sense to me. So I am doing the exact math, okay? My 66-point win got me 2,800 points. I won by 66 points, and it got me 2,800 points. Now, yeah, my opponent's lineup wasn't that good when I won it, so maybe, again, a lot is based on how good your lineup is, but it's just crazy that we've got to structure a team based on, based on so many different stipulations and trying to get your best score. A 66-point win would have only got me 11,000 total points. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So going into next week, the things to know for you guys, okay, I'll make a video talking about this as well. Your point differential, your lineup, and your opponent's lineup. That's what I've compiled. So it is what it is, but you can't lose games. So again, you got to kind of, it's going to be kind of a tough situation for sure. But that's what we know. The system is an absolute disaster. It can't stay like this. That's all I can say. It can't stay like this. Something needs to change. At some stage, we have to get a better system. Quals were a horrible system in the past, and somehow 2K made it worse. So next week, what am I going to do? Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try different things and I guess see if it works, but it's just terrible that this is the system that we've got. And again, I know you guys are going to be mad that I'm just up here complaining, but that's the truth with what I see from this. So that's going to wrap it up for our video today. I'm sorry for complaining so much, but it's just, I'm irritated. I'm just irritated that there's no communication, that the system is as bad as it is, and we will not get a change. We won't, because people are still going to buy packs and stuff. But at the end of the day, just know, packs, don't mean a whole lot because you can't even run your best lineup right now in King of the Court. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Drop a like on it, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.